Hey, this is Ken Casey from the Dropkick Murphys, and I love the Grandstanders! Take it away, kid!
But Russ, it feels like that the whole league is either average or below average teams.
There's a lot of bad teams. I think tanking has taken hold of the National Football League, right? You know, you saw that Washington Redskins-Dolphins game the other day. Neither of those teams wanted to win that game.
Right, yeah, right. And can you imagine next year, Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Tanking for Trevor.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they'll be punting on second down.
Yeah, this is just for Tua.
That's not till next year. The
Yeah,
Trevor
that's
Lawrence
next year.
week.
Yeah.
Trevor
But
Lawrence
Trevor
is
looks
one.
like he has a few chinks in the armor lately.
Yeah, he doesn't look as good.
Oh, we'll take him.
Yeah.
We'll work them out. Right, but it is kind
He
of
can be coached up, Tim. Don't worry.
Yeah, he's
But it
got
is
the-
kind of embarrassing, Tim, that you're not even halfway through the season, and it looks like 90% of these teams.
I've never
are
seen
poor.
the NFL in this state that it's in right now. I mean, these teams that we have played, turns out Roethlisberger's arm was hurt that game that we played, and he was high. Talk about cream puffs. These have been the cream puffs of all time. Maybe Buffalo, their
Buffalo was a
defense was
legit
legit.
game.
You know what I mean?
But we still haven't played a top 20 offense.
No,
Right, yeah, Russ, and it's about quarterbacks. There's just not that many
Just
quality
one
quarterbacks
quarterback,
in NFL.
One bad quarterback after another. You know, unfortunately, we're going to have to wait at least 2 more games
Yeah.
to see.
And a
we
bye.
may end up having to wait, until Kansas City at the end of the day.
Yeah, I'm not sold on Baker Mayfield anymore. I've gotten to watch him a lot this season. And last season, he came out of the year looking like the next Brett
His
Favre.
line looked a lot better last year.
Yeah.
He got better protection last year.
But when you think about it, what an NFL franchise quarterback means, the dollars it means.
Oh, yeah, billions.
Billions. That's not an exaggeration, Scotty. Billions of
Yeah,
dollars.
for the value of the team.
It's not just that. It seems like these owners, they make money hand over fist whether they put out a good product or not. They could put crap out there and they make billions.
But you know what's been weird about this year? At the same time, you've got a bunch of young, unproven quarterbacks who perform well. The guy Minshew,
Yeah.
the kid Allen from Carolina.
Yeah.
Right, you got guys stepping in and doing good jobs, but there's just a lot of has-been QBs around this league right now.
But it feels like it's temporary too. They
It never
always say
was.
about the sophomore jinx, the second year in the quarterback, if he can just be the same at some point during his
Right.
second year as he was in the freshman year,
Yeah.
then he's it's a good thing. But
Well, Russell Wilson, I must say, looks tremendous. He's MVP.
oh, and great segue to the guy who looks fantastic is one Jimmy G.
Wait.
As I
the over
predicted.
under how long it would take Scotty to get to this in the show. Under 7 minutes.
I predicted the San Francisco 49ers Patriots
Their
Super Bowl.
defense
I
is
did
the
do that.
real
He's
thing.
been fine. I mean, he's been good. He hasn't been great. He's been good to above average.
He's been a good
Oh
game
my-
manager.
All he does is win. All he does is win.
Oh, please don't
6-0.
start. I'm begging you not to start
He
with
has
that.
but he does. And this
Let's
is
see if he's
right
on-
now.
let's
Would
see-
you
let's
agree
see
that
if he's on the field in
Remember
5
what I
weeks.
That
told you?
defense is the
Wait,
best.
wait, wait,
Let's see if he's on the field.
All right, okay.
But remember what we said a few weeks ago. You need to be rooting against him. For the Patriots to have any shot at him, he needs to go down the
that's
toilet.
not going to happen anymore now. You know,
Well,
He's
no,
given
it's
up.
not.
No, it's not. But he's a game manager, right? We'll give him
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
game manager.
That defense there in San Fran is for real. They are just
But
strangling
we never
offenses.
worried about Jimmy G's ability. It's his durability.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's always been the question.
That
Yeah, but if
totally
he's a
is.
game manager, they'll end up protecting him. He'll throw
Good
20
running game.
passes a game.
Right.
And we'll be in this. That's just Great drama. Can you imagine?
It would. Look, there are several Super Bowl matchups that would be fantastic. Do we finally get the Drew Brees, Tom Brady Super Bowl? Because New Orleans looks really good too, right?
Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady Super Bowl, or Jimmy G. Those are the three best in Russell Wilson.
Aaron Rodgers.
No.
Isn't Green Bay stinking the joint?
No,
they're pretty good. But
No.
the NFL dreams at night. They wake up all wet in the hopes Dallas Cowboys.
That dream has died.
Did you watch the Jets game?
Oh my
No, I
That
know
was
the Jets game. Oh, and I have to say something about the Jets. After they win their first game of the season and make it 1-4
against Dallas, it couldn't have been any
So perfect,
better.
right?
I mean,
it's nothing better than
But
that.
ESPN has it. Could Sam Darnold drive the Jets to the playoffs? Oh, for God's sake! They won one game.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, they
And they're
won
playing the
two this-
Patriots.
Are they
Yeah,
one
maybe
and-
5 years
They're
from
1-4.
They're 1-4. Yeah.
And guess who they're playing this week? The Patriots.
on Monday night.
All right, so Michael.
what's the spread?
Yeah, what is the spread, Joe?
Like, it's not that high.
No, it's in the Meadowlands, right?
It came down
Yeah.
considerably. I
I think
know
it's
that.
8.
It's a Monday night
around
game
8.
too, right?
Yeah, last time it was up around
19 or
21,
something.
22.
Yeah,
No, I'm gonna bet it's probably.
we can
like
look it up
10.
during the
We'll look
break.
it up
I think it's
during break.
9.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, we can't talk about Michael Bennett till after the break. N'Keal Harry, well, he's definitely one of the two. We talked Isaiah Wynn and N'Keal
Yeah, I think
Harry.
those are the two.
Those are the most
are the
likely.
two. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
That's
So
who I'd want
Devlin's
back.
injury looks like it's gonna maybe season ending.
And
Well,
we can
career
al-
ending.
they can also bring back the third-round draft pick.
Yeah.
The Haitian.
Yeah, because he's on
a
the pup
tackle.
list.
Because
All right,
he's on.
we got to go to a break, and we'll continue on with the New England Patriots.
Let's check the line. Can we do it real quick?
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
All right. Yeah, I'm safe.
Okay, so Michael Bennett,
Thanks.
I have
Bye-bye.
not heard his name said one time the whole season, but he needs to be running his mouth off to the defensive line coach. He gets himself suspended by the Patriots for one game this weekend.
This is what you buy when you buy the Bennett brothers.
Yeah,
You
right.
know, you get the potential for, look, they speak their mind. They're very consistent. You know what you're getting, right?
Marty, we had Marty here. We heard.
No, but that usually comes in cooperation with quality play on the field,
Yeah.
and then that's
By all
commissioned of how
accounts,
much you talk.
when he has played, he's played well. But Joe was saying this earlier off the air. They've changed their system, and a guy like that, last year's system, he would have been well suited for. But this year's system, not so much.
Hey, listen, I like it. I like a guy that wants to play and wants. If that's the worst thing that we can say about this guy is he wants to play, I'll take it over.
But Timmy, how do we know that was the reason he was mouthing off?
Yeah.
to the coach?
I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Yeah.
I think it's probably about playing. Well, I don't know if they're asking him to play a different technique or a different style, but I'm guessing it's about playing time.
Well, of course he's pissed off that Adam Butler, an undrafted free agent who's been around for a couple of
And
years,
Shelton
is
and
outplaying
Guy.
him.
They're bigger. In a 3-4, you want 3 big guys in there. And him and Winovich are they're specialists now.
So there was an analog to this. So remember, Chris Long won the Super Bowl with the Patriots, had that great game in Atlanta,
And then went to
really
Philly.
wanted out.
Yeah.
And I think Chris Long plays the same position Bennett does. Like these
Exactly.
guys are just not suited to play the kind of defense they want to play in the NFL, and they want out.
Oh, that's interesting.
Chris
Right,
Long
so
did
it was
the
more
same
than
That's
that.
a good point, Rob.
He
Yeah,
loved
very
it.
like
He loved it. He won a Super Bowl. He was the man of the hour. And he's like, but I'm not coming back to the Patriots because they won't let me play the game that I want to play.
And the fact is, if Chris Long was on the Patriots instead of the Eagles on that Super Bowl, we win too. People don't
we,
talk
we
about
were
it.
just giving a kid on the Bruins accolades who got sent down to Providence, and he was upset. He said it publicly. He was upset. And Chiarelli, we were lauding him, saying, "I want a guy who's mad he got cut. I want a guy who's mad he's not getting playing time." So if Michael Bennett's going to get in trouble for anything, Let it be.
Yeah, but there's a way to handle those things, and obviously,
I don't think
but he's a passionate
this is
guy,
disruptive.
obviously.
This team doesn't care about this. This team had a guy kill somebody. He's had their owner get arrested.
kill somebody. Or
multiple people. The quarterback would deflate. This is a blip.
So
this
let
is
Michael
not a
Bennett
big
get in
deal.
there, and on every play, he wants to show the world that he's the best guy in that position, and that he deserves to be there. That's the guy I want.
I think they're trading him.
Yeah,
I think to be Machiavellian, they're poking the bear so that he acts up, and they can trade him.
And he's a little
salary
long,
cap.
He's a little long on the tooth. I wouldn't mind keeping him healthy for later in the season.
That's what I thought they were doing, and I was all for it.
Yeah.
But so Mike Reese, who's fantastic for ESPN Boston, and he's a must-read. He very rarely mentions any trade rumors that he creates. But he created earlier in the week the host Sanu trade. So he must have some good information concerning that.
I heard him. He said he was just throwing it against the wall.
Yeah, that guy. No, that's not his personality. He doesn't throw anything against the wall. He has not a creative bone in his body.
And that's with the salaries match up.
Yes,
they
would.
They could make it a match.
Well, that's almost the Patriots. That's one of the only scenarios really where they can go out and get somebody. Is to trade a Bennett. That could work out very nicely.
And if you remember, Sanu was big time in the Patriots porn video of the Super Bowl. Remember, he was the big talker in that video. He was constantly speaking.
And I remember when he came, his draft year, he was mentioned going to the Patriots by almost everybody. Everyone thought he was going to the Pats.
Let's make it happen. Why not? We don't need,
Look, the NFL wants a piece of what the NBA has created as far as the trade talk. They love this stuff, and we've seen a number of trades all of a sudden.
Yeah. This is the first year it's really ever happened. The gentleman who just got the cornerback, Ramsey, he shot his way out of town.
Yeah, you got guys
the NBA style.
But unfortunately, the way the Patriots structured that Antonio Brown contract has really hamstrung them. They are in cap jail right now. They've got to do things to get a player, and every other year they didn't have to do things.
Yeah, they had that little wiggle.
They used to keep $5 or $10 million off to the side for moments like right now.
Not this year.
That whole Antonio Brown thing was like basically getting drunk and impregnating a woman.
You know what's crazy for me right now?
Not well thought out.
Half of the population would take him back in a heartbeat right now.
Tom Brady.
The other half of the population, is still angry at the Patriots for even having him in here for a week.
I know, that's a great point to me, because I've actually seen Facebook pages of Patriots go, let's sign a petition to have Antonio Brown.
A lot of people want to bring him back.
First of all, he's disruptive. That's what he is. It's all about him all the time, and you cannot have that on what we call the Patriots a 19-week schedule.
Yeah, they're at the point where even if he went out and handled all these civil cases, because they're all civil cases, I still don't think the Patriots would have him back.
Yeah, what would
be
his next escapade?
That's exactly right. Yeah. Timmy's got it right. What's his next thing? Because there's going to be something.
Because if you give him a brighter light, he will do something, to cause trouble. Absolutely. Yeah, that's just ridiculous. All right, couple more rumors. Odell Beckham. Any chance that could happen?
Way too much money.
They got no way they could do that.
Yeah.
Tyler Eifert, because we clearly need a tight end.
Could do that. Yeah, good money.
And I don't know if it's Russ, Joe Spinky or Timmy Spinky. Timmy, Ben Watson.
Ben Watson right there.
I don't know if you remember who was taking responsibility for him, but he's back.
Good.
And that kid from the Jets that stunk so bad.
Hey, listen, he's a decent blocker, right?
No.
No.
You don't like blocking.
You can't find anything decent about him.
No. He's a catcher.
He's a steroid.
He's a receiver. He's a receiver, though. He's a good receiver.
The only thing that's decent is Tom Brady likes him and trusts him. He's going to get 6 targets this weekend.
Is he an upgrade over what we have?
Yeah,
that's the question, right?
Well, because Lacoste is injured all the time.
Yeah.
Right? I think Lacoste's a better player, but he's injured.
Oh, you think he's a better player?
Yeah. He's a much better blocker. Yeah, Izzo's a disaster.
Yeah, but they don't cover him.
Yeah, that touchdown was still the most wide open I've ever seen anyone.
Oh, but Gronk, we said that he would be a nightmare as an analyst, but he was worse than that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to bash Gronk. I freaking love the guy.
No, I love him, but
did you hear him on?
I want nothing but good things for. I saw him. He's not a TV guy.
I just want him back on the field. I love Gronk too, but
he should be hosting like a Nick at Night show. A Nick at Night, right?
No, he should make it at night.
He does.
When we come back, more Patriots.
He's got a Nickelodeon show. He's had.
It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire. How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally, feeling if the ashes are cool.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, yes, the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe, but not so much by Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Yeah.
And then Bruins.
Yeah.
Okay, so predictions for the Jets. The Sam Darnold era has begun. Thankfully, he got over his mono enough to play against the Patriots.
Yeah.
1-4, playing in the Meadowlands, a Monday night. Joe, your predictions?
Yeah, Sam's good, but the 3 soft receivers there. So I'm going to say 24-10.
Oh,
Patriots, of course.
24-10 Patriots.
28-10 Patriots.
oh my God.
Okay, go the other way.
23-11. You guys stole my. I'm not sending you guys on the list. 23-11 Patriots. I don't even know how you get to 11. All right, before we go, prediction: Mike Nugent will cost the New England Patriots a game before he gets cut.
Yeah, they don't score enough. They were able to cover up Gostowski's misses by scoring a lot.
The biggest argument for that not happening is he never gets to the point where he can actually cost us a game.
Right,
he may get cut before he costs us a game.
We're in a zone that we haven't been here since Adam Vinatieri was here. When our field goal kicker goes out there and we don't know what the hell is going to go, and more than likely I'm thinking he's going to miss.
Yeah, nothing's safe.
And if he does make it, it's going to just get right inside of the pole.
Well, if you see these reports pregame and the guys who are watching him warm up, he's like 50% in pregame. Yeah, this guy. Yeah,
this is uncharted territory for
But
New
they
England
cut the
Patriots
kid.
fans.
Yeah, Kumamoto.
Didn't they keep somebody on there?
Nope.
There isn't some
They
college
cut him from the
kicker.
practice squad.
There isn't some college kicker walking around who's
I don't
looking
think
for
so.
a
No,
job.
they're going to look for some old KG veteran right now. Is George Blanda still alive?
Yeah, someone who can guarantee the 45-footer.
What happened to Justin Yoon from Milton Academy?
Yeah,
that
right.
kick
You
for
mentioned
Notre
that.
Dame.
Too bad they didn't cut
Kid was kicking him through the end zone as a junior in high school.
We come back. All right, Boston Celtics. Jaylen Brown for Blake Griffin. I had a...
You love that trade.
Would you do that?
It's a very interesting trade. You have to put a bunch more salary into it, right? You couldn't. You'd have to put a lot more into it.
He's a max guy.
He's a max guy, so you got to somehow match, close to $30 million, which means it's not just Jaylen. It's Smart, it's Cantor, it's a lot of people. But I would love Blake Griffin.
Are you talking even up?
No, well, obviously you'd have to give him. No, you'd have to give him more.
Obviously, you'd have to give up more.
Now, the one I heard on this was if Hayward gets off to a good start, Hayward for Blake Griffin and probably putting draft picks into it. Detroit would probably do that.
Yeah, to get rid of Hayward.
But I mean, let's even say that Hayward looks like he's going to be better, right? But if he's at least better.
Yeah.
If you put some draft picks in, you may be able to get
Sweeten the
Griffin
pot
for
a
Hayward,
little,
but you need to trade Hayward.
I mean, Blake Griffin's the type of guy who puts butts in the seats. People come like he's a highlight reel.
No, I would say that Hayward does look better, but will he be consistently
Wait. Did
better?
we just wait?
No, but
just say Hayward looks better.
No, he does look better.
Definitely
but
looks
the
better.
key, look, he had games that he played very well last year, and then the next game we didn't
It's
hear.
the
I didn't see
consistency.
any of them.
I totally agree with you. The question is, can he consistently, night after night, go out and be a 14 to 16 point per game scorer and run the second unit?
And is he a guy who I have an owie all the time?
That's a question.
Yeah. Well, it's more his lack of defense, his lack of offense right now too.
So Jaylen Brown
That kind of
apparently,
covers it all.
the rumors are that he got a offer from the Celtics, 4 years for $20 million per, so $80 million, and turned it down.
If I were him, I would have turned it down too. They throw around freaking $30 million like it's nickels in the NBA.
It's a good starting point in the negotiations.
Yeah, what did Rozier get? Like
24 million?
Oh, yeah.
a year?
No, I'm sorry, it wasn't 24 million. It was between 15 and 20 though.
Yeah. And Jelly Kelly, he got 15.
Yeah. My comparison would be, I know it was 10 years ago, but remember when Rondo was in this exact same position. He got $15 million a year for 4 years. Let's allow for inflation, $25 million a year.
The real comparable is the kid Murray, who got drafted with Brown, got almost a max from Denver. And
Right.
Brown's been
Brown, some team is going to think of him in that category.
So that's a good comparison.
But this is a big year for Brown.
Ben Simmons signed a max, and Murray from Denver signed max, right? So he's looking at that saying, I'm not that far apart, right, from Murray.
Yeah. Well, you got to keep Brown. You either got to keep him or you got to trade him. You can't just lose him like we just lost our
How
whole
many years left in
lineup.
his contract?
This is it. He's a
restricted
restricted free agent after this year, but he's on the market, and somebody's probably going to, if they don't re-sign him, someone's going to come in and offer him a max, and the Celtics are going to decide
I think
what
whoever
to do.
does that is making a mistake. I mean, he's a good player. He's not a max player.
But I would like to see the Celtics retain him without going to the max, because then it would leave the max slots.
If Brown's a
available
max
to
player,
him.
there's something wrong with this formula.
It's him, and we got to start keeping players.
I know we do, Scotty, but he's not a max player.
You can't just be sending every
year.
He's not an all-star. He's not a max player.
Sometimes you have to overpay. Look at Hayward.
I think what Ainge is doing, which is what he's done with every other guy except for Rondo, is he's going to see, to Tim's point, does Brown take a step? And if Brown takes a big step and puts himself into sort of borderline all-star consideration, he's a max player.
He didn't do it last year.
He didn't.
That's for sure.
That's what the Red Sox prior to Dombrowski would do is, prove it to us, and if you do, we'll pay you the extra.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So maybe that's what they should do, and also see, of course, if he can play a full season in playoffs.
Yeah, let's see him come out. I'll be happy to give him the money if he performs to that
level.
He's
been pretty durable. I can't.
No, he's durable. He's durable.
This was a cover your ass offer, so the Celtics could say we offered him 4 years and $80 million.
Exactly what it was.
They know he's not going to take it.
John Lester offer.
There's no way he's going to take it, and then they'll see. And if he plays really well this year, they'll come at him with a max.
The big question is a max. What else can I get for a max? Who else is out there? Is he better than these 3 other guys I can get for a max?
The problem is we're over the cap anyway. So even if you
can't
didn't
offer a
sign
max
him,
to someone on the outside now.
Yeah.
All right, Joe. Does he sign with the Celtics or?
Yes, eventually. I think eventually before he can't sign after this month, right?
If he does not sign by the end of this month, he has to wait.
You have to wait till the end of the year.
So, but we can give him a lot more money.
Not now.
We can give him a lot more money than anyone else can, right?
Yes.
So I think he stays.
Yeah, well, we said that with Kyrie. And before the break,
we're 0 for 10.
nobody has thought. This is the first time it's come in anyone's head. Does anyone mention Kyrie anymore?
Nope.
No.
Well, I do know I took those Brooklyn tickets. They'll be a valuable little commodity.
Well, if he plays, he won't play.
Plays,
he
won't.
Can't
he didn't
think
play
of out of
against
sight,
Cleveland.
out of mind. When we come back, more Celtics Bruins.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason. Because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't.
2 years ago, like he has arrived.
All right, so Taco Fall. I was actually very nervous. I wanted to make sure that the Celtics kept him and did not make the mistake of having him, cutting him, basically, and exposing him to the rest of the league, because he's fun to watch.
And Scott wants him on the panel here.
Oh, my God. How fun would that be, right?
Yeah,
I mean, who doesn't want a selfie with Taco Fall, right?
But can you imagine if you think about it, at the end of the game, and if you want a defensive stop, you putting Robert Williams in there and Taco Fall, you're protecting my rim.
Yeah.
You're finally protecting it.
They'll drive right around him.
This is the perfect situation for Fall, right? Even no matter what happens, he can't spend more than 45 days in Boston this year.
No.
Right?
Which is good
and
for Brad
he needs
Stevens.
reps. He needs, what I was listening to a podcast, and there was a guy who's a pretty good scout, said the amount of improvement that Fall has done since his last game from Central Florida to now has been enormous. Enormous. He's improved measurably in all sorts of areas. If he just goes up and plays 50-something games for Portland, we may have ourselves a real basketball player at the end of that time.
That was undrafted, which was ridiculous in the first place. Look, Celtics fans would have been happy if Taco Fall had been the #1 pick for the Celtics. But I mean, if you had read all the internet.
But poor Brad Stevens, if he's on that bench, anytime you got like a 10-point lead or more, the crowd will be going, "We want Taco." Right. You know they're going to do it. They did it all in preseason.
They're going to do it at the first minute of the game.
What a great name, too.
Taco Fall.
Yeah, right. All of a sudden we have to talk about Carson Edwards.
We thought we had Eddie House here, but do we have Steph Curry?
No, I think we actually, to me, we may have. We may have Isaiah Thomas. I mean, the next step up from Eddie House is Isaiah Thomas. Right. This guy has the build, the quicks, the shot that Isaiah had.
He put on a show in college, right?
Yes, he did.
Against Virginia, just wiped out the #1 seed.
Yeah. Well, he's he's a big built kid. I would say that he's a lot stronger than Isaiah.
Yeah, I don't think he's got the 6'1".
Oh no,
but he doesn't have. He's not the athlete Isaiah is, but he's much more strong.
He's not 5'9".
No.
Well, no, they say he does have a really good wingspan. Of someone say it's more like 6'5".
And he has no conscience.
Yeah.
He will shoot from 35.
Practically half court last night.
That was awesome.
I know.
He was awesome last night.
It's remarkable that out of the Williams, Edwards, Trey Waters, and Langford, the guy nobody talks about is the #1 pick for the Celtics in Langford.
Sort of a red shirt.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I mean, he's the kind of athlete that NBA teams die for. 6'5", fast, big wingman. Like he's they drafted him for his athletic ability. The rest of the guys are undersized.
When you think about these college hockey players, the freshmen at 21 and 22. These are kids coming in.
Yeah,
there's so far to go in the development.
18, 19.
I think Langford's Jaylen Brown insurance. I think Langford's.
Good point.
That's why we miss him, huh?
We have to have Rusty.
Langford's a profile guy where you could slide him in and
deep, profound thoughts.
But he's a boomer bust guy, I think.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
And also, the injury thing always bothers me now. All of a sudden, he's got a little shoulder and stuff. Yeah. I know you're not trying to make the team, but you're trying to make the team for playing time.
Yeah,
right.
And I don't give a crap about your shoulder at 19.
Yeah.
You know how I am.
It gets better.
And Mason Terrace's Brad Wanamaker. Oh my God!
Did he odd man out?
Look. There's a possibility he could be out.
But they do need another point guard.
Who's going to be the backup point guard?
Waters.
No, I mean, he's 5'10".
Edwards a shooting guard.
Let's make sure that the kid can really hold up.
But they really like him.
It's great. I mean, I could see it by mid-season. Sure.
Right. And now that you have Taco Fall, you don't need Brad Wanamaker after the game shaking hands and kissing babies. There's a key role there.
Taco Fall can just take over all the publicity
and
stuff.
his Cantor can do that job.
Yeah, right. All right, we'll go to the Bruins. 5-1. They had a tough road trip in the sense of where they traveled to, but they handled it at 3-1.
Unlike another Boston team who didn't handle their
road
trip.
How about Pasternak, man?
Let's talk about Brad Marchand.
Yeah.
Killing that penalty Saturday night.
Keep away.
That was one of that was Bobby Orr.
That was Bobby Orr style.
Whoa, don't even say it.
No. Listen, my own section was saying that's the closest thing to Orr I've seen killing a penalty in 25 years.
I totally got it. I totally get
Scotty, I don't know if you saw it.
I saw it, but come on.
Well, let me tell you, for 30 seconds, 45 seconds, whatever the hell he did it for, he did a toe drag, maybe the greatest toe drag I've ever seen in my life.
That's great.
He was putting it through guys' legs and spinning them around. He was down there like a water bug by himself. Putting a display of stick handling on, like you won't see
between him
again.
and Coyle really can hold on to the puck too.
Oh my God! Yeah, Coyle gives you his back like Espo
he's
used
strong.
to do.
Yeah.
And
Espo and Orr.
Stop it.
Coyle and Marchand.
Let me tell you, if that was as good as you'll see killing a penalty.
We would have lost the Game 7 against the St. Louis Blues.
I'm just talking about
they didn't look very good Monday, even though they won.
I'm talking about Saturday night and what I saw.
Yeah. Okay, see, the problem with me is I know Pasta scored 4 goals, but I need to see it in the playoffs. I mean, it wasn't
same
that
with
long
Marchand,
ago, guys, that I saw how soft he was in the playoffs.
The thing about it is, get these guys some rest during the year. They were just a shell of themselves by that 7th game of the playoffs.
And St. Louis was a big team.
Yeah.
They were a big team, and we got bigger.
Yeah.
Because of that. They brought a couple of big dudes, right. You know what I mean?
But they don't do that in hockey. They don't
should.
Do that.
There's no reason why the Bruins should not be giving Pasternak, give him 7 games of rest during the year. Yeah. Give these guys some rest so that when they get to Game 7 of the conference finals of the Stanley Cup, they got something left.
Such a long NHL
Pasternak
playoffs.
did have like a whole month off. Remember he got drunk and fell
Yes, he did. He should, but he never
Allegedly. Allegedly.
But he really never recovered from that.
But that,
they kept whining about his thumb during the playoffs.
I really can't believe the NHL playoffs, man. How people just don't literally die on the ice.
Yeah.
To go through 4 series of potentially 7 games, it's like another half a season.
The heavy team wears you down.
Oh my goodness, yeah. And I think that's what they saw. That by that time you're so beat up. If someone's banging on you, it's going to be effective.
Have you had a come to Jesus moment with Tuukka?
Tuukka played unbelievable Saturday
so you
night,
just
man.
finally come to...
I take it like I take life, a day at a time, Scott. And I will give Tuukka props for Saturday night, boy. Serenity now. Tuukka played out of his mind Saturday night.
Look, they're playing very disciplined. Now we're doing this for the YouTube audience.
Halak played even better the other night.
Halak played unbelievable money.
Yeah.
But Tuukka made a few saves Saturday night, which were just mind-boggling saves.
Does that really help Tuukka? Is how well Halak played last year and this year too?
No, Tuukka's getting the rest.
Yeah.
Tuukka's getting the rest that the rest of these guys need. Your boy Krejci's already injured.
Oh my God!
He played so well last year.
He made out of crystal
You can't
glass.
get rid of him. Him and back is
well, he didn't play well in the playoffs, Krejci.
No, but he played great during the year.
Krejci
he's terrible.
During the year.
He's a swear word at our house.
Yeah.
All right, we
I
gotta
don't know what
go.
they love about him. I really don't.
His time has passed. He was a great player.
They don't love his contract. They'd get rid of him in a heartbeat if they could. All right, boys, that's our show for tonight. Want to thank the fellas. Want to thank everyone behind the scenes. Of course, Handsome Todd. Please check us out on our website at thegrandstanders.com and tune in on Friday night at 8 o'clock, our special time at the Grandstanders, the bar, the greatest bar in Boston, Massachusetts.
Front Street.
Yeah, right. There you go, right across the street from the Garden. My name is Scott Kerman. I'm your host. Have a great night.
Here comes the circus.